We tend to look at game to game rather than a general overview. So the game to game, the first two games were our two wins, and today was a win. But maybe the most important games to look at are the France and Ireland. So the way we played against France in adversity was so encouraging for the team to know that we can come back against a top quality side and play some great rugby. Frustrating at times too, because we had enough chances to score another 2 or 3 tries. The Ireland game is very important for us because we play them in a few months' time in the last pool game of the World Cup, and for a half we played probably our best 40 minutes of the Six Nations, and we have to do that for 80 minutes against the top teams, especially a team like Ireland. The disappointing side of the Ireland game was just that second half, when I think the game was there to be won by either team. Eventually they grabbed it, but we didn't. And the other 3 games, yeah, Twickenham was brilliant. Like a really good team performance with not that much ball, and a brilliant team and team defence to win the game. Wales was when things clicked in attack, and today was a great finish. I don't know, I've had initial conversations the last couple of weeks, but about getting some time over the next 2 weeks to actually chat about it in more depth. But the focus the last 2 weeks has been these 2 games. So after a few days off, I'm sure these conversations will start up again.
Have you indicated that you want to stay on?
No, I've indicated just that I need some time to think. Now, especially when the tournament was in full flow, and I'll have some reflecting and time off, and I'm sure the discussions will start again soon. Would you like to carry on, Gregor? Yes, at this stage, but as I said, it's probably not the time to be answering these questions. But when you're just off a victory and the crowd are behind the team and you're connected with the players, of course it's a great feeling. But I don't want to commit to anything right now.
Like I said before, that I thought a good campaign for us would be 5 good performances, not necessarily based on results, and I think it was probably 4.5 good performances. That second half against Ireland, and then just that kind of 20-minute period in the middle of the second half today were probably the only times that I felt that we weren't the better team in the game. But yeah, I think overall it's been a really good campaign. Everything going to plan today, we're outright third, which I think behind the 2 top teams in the world, that's a positive, and especially with that game against France, probably with us that being the one that got away. I think for us, you look at it subjectively, we did really well at the start. We won those 2 games. I think by far the better team in both of them, and then that France game, we just probably left ourselves a wee bit too much to do. So yeah, you could look at the what ifs, but I think how we bounced back from that to the first half performance against Ireland, and then got a 5-pointer today. Yeah, I think we've grown really well. I think we're a very close group on the whole, and I know like a lot of teams will say that, but I genuinely mean that. Like there's a lot of people in that team who are best mates, and we would do anything for each other, and even the ones that aren't necessarily that close, again, would go out and put their body on the line for each other. It is a very close group, and our connection is something that we pride ourselves on. So yeah, we've grown in terms of that throughout this campaign. We've learned some lessons in terms of in those 2 tougher games, but I think on the whole, yeah, really positive.